Hello and welcome to No Substitute for Awesome, a channel by a substitute teacher for substitute teachers. My name is Christopher Youngren and I am a full-time substitute teacher here in Tucson, Arizona. The kids like to call me Mr. Awesome. They like to call me that because I asked them to call me that. It didn't start with me, actually. I'm not that egotistical. It started with a 6-year-old child who couldn't pronounce Youngren and asked if he could call me Mr. Awesome instead. And far be it from me to argue with a 6-year-old. He'd probably end up crying, and then I'd feel bad about myself and end up having a miserable day instead of an awesome day. And it helps that I bring a few magic tricks to placate them and to bribe them into doing their work. And by the end of the day, more often than not, we do end up having an awesome day. And they are reminded a little bit of how much fun they can have at school and how schoolwork doesn't all have to be drudgery and boredom, but that it can be a really exciting experience. And that's what I'm here to share with you, some of the things that I've learned. We can't do much. I mean, we're only there for a day, and we're certainly not there to change everything about the classroom that the teacher has already implemented, but subbing can be a very difficult job, and it can certainly have its share of challenges. So if we can hold on to those things that are the most positive, that are the most beneficial to us as substitute teachers, as well as students, then we can end up having a really great experience. And today we want to start off by talking about the 5 top benefits of substitute teaching. I mean, there are a lot of challenges to subbing. There are a lot of difficulties that everybody wants to kvetch about all the time, but there are a lot of benefits as well that we tend to forget about. And so today we're going to talk about the top 5. Number 1, flexibility. I mean, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a job with as much flexibility as subbing. Now, back in the day, you'd have to wait for a phone call at 5 in the morning and then bleary-eyed decide whether or not you want to take an assignment for that day or if you'd rather go bowling or see the new remake of Halloween or something. But today, they've made it easier than ever. They have applications on your phone, and it notifies you when a new job has been posted. And all you got to do is click on the job, and it's yours. And you can even cancel from the same application if you decide, indeed, you do want to go bowling instead. But I mean, you can work as many days or as few days as you want. Your work day is over by 3 o'clock, and you can go on to do whatever else you want to do with your day. So flexibility, my goodness, what a benefit that is. And number 2, day-tight compartments. I mean, when your day is over, it's over. As a full-time teacher, you bring your day home with you, and you have all sorts of papers to grade and lesson plans to make and everything. And as a sub, you send the kids on their way, maybe you walk them to the bus or whatever, and you're done. And you go off, and then maybe you go bowling. I don't know why I'm so fixated with bowling today, but maybe I really actually have a secret desire to go bowling. I don't know. But day-tight compartments. So you have a job from day to day, and when that day is over, it's over, and you're done, and you move on. And you can work the next day, you can not work the next day, and it's super convenient in that regard. Number 3, it gives you a chance to explore different schools, to get a feel for different schools and different grade levels. And this is especially important if you plan on having a career as a teacher, as a full-time teacher in education. Because, you know, when I started off as a sub, I really liked the kindergartners and the first graders because I had a kindergartner and a first grader at home myself. And then after a while of that, I was kind of like, but I have a kindergartner and a first grader at home myself, and how much stop touching me and he's looking at me and hey, please don't draw on the floor or eat those crayons or whatever. Enough was enough. And so after a while, I discovered that for me, the older grades were a better fit. The 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, skip middle school entirely, but that's another video entirely, and high school as well. I've done subbing up. But it gives you an opportunity to feel it out and to see what you're best at, and also to see what the different schools are like, how supportive the staff is, how supportive the office staff is, the facilities, the classrooms, just overall getting a sense for the school, and then maybe when a job comes along, especially if you've done well as a sub, maybe you can work that into a full-time job through either the intern path to certification or through the traditional path through a university as well. So that's absolutely a benefit. Number 4, and this is probably a little unconventional, but being a sub lets you get other work done. I mean, if the lesson plans that have been left for you are good lesson plans and basically are kind of self-working, where you give the kids work and maybe you explain something at the beginning, but then you just let them work amongst themselves for an hour or so, it gives you a chance to work on something else. Like maybe you're an actor and you want to work on your lines, or maybe you like to knit, you know, and you want to get your scarf finished. It gives you a chance to sit there and while you're observing, while you're supervising, get work of your own done. So that's obviously a benefit. Number 5, the money. I mean, you're not going to get rich as a substitute teacher, but when you figure it's essentially 6.5 hours of your day, and maybe it's $100, maybe it's $125. I mean, teachers in this country are still not paid nearly what they ought to be paid, but again, another subject for another time. Yeah, you know, given how much time you put into it, and given that you do leave it behind, you don't take it home with you, and when your day is over, your day is over, $100 in your pocket, it's not so bad, you know, and there are a lot harder jobs that you could work for $100 a day. So I hope that's been helpful to you. If this is content that is valuable to you, then please do hit that subscribe button, share it. Come on back, because we're going to have so much more content to come. I'm super excited to share it all with you, and I hope you'll share with me some of your experiences as well, because I have so much more to learn, and I know that, and I'm willing to learn it, and that's also key. But again, we'll get into that later. Flexibility and the ability to learn as you go. So thanks for watching. Please come on back. Stay tuned. We're going to be posting videos every single week, Wednesdays and Fridays. And until then, don't just be a sub, be awesome. Bye-bye.